In this video, we will talk about 10 events that have happened in history and are full of secrets whose mystery is still unsolved. Some of them are blood-curdling, some of them are full of mysteries that push the limits of our imagination. 10 mysterious events. 10. The disappearance of Amelia Earhart. In 1937, Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan attempted to fly around the world. On July 2, 1937, they disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while flying from Papua New Guinea to Howland Island. Despite an extensive search by the U.S. Navy, no trace of their plane or their bodies has ever been found. Theories about the disappearance range from running out of fuel and crashing into the ocean to being captured by the Japanese or even living out the rest of their lives in secret. 9. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is a 15th century document that has remained one of the most enigmatic and mysterious texts in human history. It is named after Wilfred Voynich, a Polish book dealer who purchased the manuscript in 1912. The manuscript is made up of 240 pages, with each page containing illustrations of plants, animals, and human figures alongside an unknown script that has never been deciphered. 8. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. In 1959, a group of hikers disappeared in the Ural Mountains in Russia. When a search team was sent to locate them, they found the group's tent had been cut open from the inside, and all 9 hikers were found dead, scattered across the snowy terrain. When their bodies were eventually found, they showed signs of injuries and trauma that could not be explained. One of the hikers was even missing her tongue. The case remains unsolved, with theories ranging from avalanches to UFOs. 7. The Zodiac Killer. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, the Zodiac Killer murdered several people in California and sent cryptic letters to the press claiming responsibility for the crimes. Despite an intensive investigation, the killer was never identified, and the case remains unsolved to this day. The killer's victims were often young couples who were shot or stabbed to death while they were parked in their cars in remote locations. The Zodiac Killer is believed to have murdered at least 5 people, but claimed to have killed as many as 37 in his letters to the press. 6. The Sodder children disappearance. A mysterious and tragic case that occurred on Christmas Eve in 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia. George and Jenny Sodder and their 10 children lived in a 2-story house in the small town. That night, a fire broke out in the house, and despite the efforts of the parents and 4 of the children to escape, 5 of the children, ages ranging from 5 to 14, disappeared without a trace. There were also several strange occurrences in the aftermath of the fire, including an unexplained phone call, in which a woman told Jenny Sodder that her children were safe and in Kentucky. Despite numerous leads and sightings, the children were never found, and the case remains unsolved. 5. The Taos hum. The Taos hum is a mysterious and persistent low-frequency humming noise that has been reported by residents of Taos, New Mexico since the early 1990s. The hum is described as a low-pitched sound, similar to the sound of a diesel engine running in the distance or the throb of a bass note. The phenomenon has been reported by a small but vocal group of people in the Taos area, with estimates suggesting that as many as 2% of the population can hear the hum. Many people who have reported hearing the sound have also described feeling a physical sensation, such as pressure in the ears or a vibrating sensation in the body. Despite numerous investigations, the source of the hum remains unknown. 4. The wow signal. In 1977, a radio signal was detected from outer space that appeared to be of extraterrestrial origin. The signal was named the wow signal, after the note written by astronomer Jerry R. Emmon, who discovered it. Despite numerous attempts to detect the signal again, no one has ever been able to explain its source. 3. The Tunguska Event. In 1908, a massive explosion occurred in the remote Tunguska region of Siberia, flattening trees and causing a shockwave felt around the world. While it's widely believed that the explosion was caused by a meteor or comet, no one has been able to definitively explain the cause of the explosion or the strange effects it had on the environment. 2. The Dancing Plague of 1518. The Dancing Plague of 1518 was a bizarre and mysterious event that occurred in the town of Strasbourg, France. In July of that year, a woman known as Frau Trophia began dancing in the streets and continued to do so for days on end, with no apparent reason or explanation. Soon, others began to join in, and within a week, hundreds of people were dancing uncontrollably, often until they collapsed from exhaustion or suffered heart attacks. The cause of the dancing plague remains a mystery, with various theories proposed to explain the phenomenon. One of the most commonly cited theories is mass hysteria, a phenomenon in which a large group of people becomes convinced that they are experiencing a shared condition or illness. Another possibility is that the dancers were affected by ergot poisoning, a fungal infection caused by contaminated grain that can cause hallucinations, convulsions, and other symptoms. 1. The Oak Island Treasure. Treasure hunters have been searching for centuries for a supposed treasure buried on Oak Island, off the coast of Nova Scotia. The supposed treasure is said to be protected by elaborate booby traps and tunnels, which have frustrated numerous attempts to find it. Despite the efforts of many treasure hunters, no one has ever found the treasure, and its existence remains a mystery.